NFL divisional picks. Got two games today. We got Vikings and 49ers and Titans and Ravens. And tonight, or tomorrow rather, we have Texans and Chiefs and Seahawks and Packers. I'm so glad Tennessee beat New England last week. I hope that's the end of the Patriots dynasty. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick have had so much success. They deserve an early playoff exit for once. Hopefully Brady's done. Hopefully Belichick's done. I hope that all the dominance in New England is over. I really do. And this could be the first step in that happening. What happened last week, hopefully. So yeah, I'm hoping Tennessee goes on and does well in the rest of the playoffs, but you'll find out my answer to that in these picks right here, so let's get to it. Vikings and Niners. The Vikings, I was happy they beat the Saints last week because, Minnesota, they've been through a lot of pain in their history. They've had a lot of painful playoff losses. Obviously, they've never won a Super Bowl. Before the season, I read something that said that they were they were on the NFL's all-time, in terms of the NFL's all-time winning percentage of teams. The Vikings were number 6 in all-time wins in the NFL, and they've still never won a Super Bowl. I would like to see them win it all this year, especially for head coach Mike Zimmer, who used to be the Bengals defensive coordinator. It would be nice to see him win a title and let Mike Brown realize what he let go when he let Zimmer walk to Minnesota and keeping Marvin Lewis as head coach. So I would like to see Minnesota win it all. I really would, but I don't know. They've got a really tough task today in San Francisco, and I just don't know if I can see the Vikings going on the road and pulling off the upset like they did last week. But I don't know. The Vikings, I didn't think they would beat the Saints. Nobody gave them a chance last week, and they proved us all wrong. And normally, when the Vikings do go on a big playoff run, they usually get blown out in the NFC Championship game. I mean, that's just what the Vikings do. They like a lot of other teams, give their fans a lot of hope and then stomp on them. So I tell you, I'm going to go with the Vikings in this game. I think that somehow, some way, they'll go into San Francisco and get the job done. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl in the preseason. Like I said about their NFC Championship woes, who knows if they'll get past that game or not. But I am going to pick them to shock the world again and go into San Francisco and win this game. So give me Minnesota. Tonight we got Tennessee and Baltimore. Titans, they beat New England. I'm happy that they beat the Patriots, obviously. And they won a game nobody thought they would win, and I don't think they'll repeat that this week. I just think Baltimore's too good. I think Lamar Jackson will be too much for them to handle. The Ravens are where they are for a reason. Jackson was in the MVP running this year, and the Ravens sitting at 14-2. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they're in this position for a reason. Their whole team is dominant. So I don't know. I can't see Ryan Tannehill going into an environment like this against a team like this and pulling off another upset like they did last week. So I will take Baltimore in this game. So give me the Ravens. Tomorrow we got the Texans and the Chiefs. Texans looked like they were beat last week when they were playing Buffalo down 16-0, and then they stormed back and won in overtime. I really felt bad for the Bills and their fans because I feel like some other teams, they've been through a lot of suffering in their history and playoff heartache. They deserve some playoff success and a playoff run, but unfortunately that's not what they got. And Bills looking ahead to next year, sadly, but give the Texans props for fighting back and winning that game. Kansas City is at home at Arrowhead. Patrick Mahomes and that offense is going to be really hard to stop, as they are every game. But I don't know. I don't think Houston can go in and win a game like this, kind of like Tennessee and Baltimore. Houston will make it interesting, but Kansas City being at home gives them the advantage. So I'm going to go with the better team and the Chiefs this game. So Kansas City will advance to the AFC Championship and give me the Chiefs. And then finally tomorrow we got Seahawks and Packers. This will be a good game, maybe one of the best games of divisional round week. Russell Wilson, like Lamar Jackson, he was in the MVP running. It's always, you can never count him out no matter who he's going up against, especially in the postseason, because like the Seahawks, they've always found a way to get it done in the postseason as well, so, but they're going into Lambeau Field against Aaron Rodgers. They've got a really tough task at their hands. They beat a really banged up Eagles team last week, 17-9. They lost Carson Wentz, and they were without some other receivers too, I believe. But yeah, that was an easier game for them than this week's going to be. Going into Lambeau Field, I think the forecast said it was going to be snowing up there, so that's going to make things harder for them. I don't, who knows if they're used to playing it. Who knows if the Seahawks are used to playing in snowy weather or not, but we'll find out Sunday if it does indeed snow. But weather shouldn't be a factor in this game. What should be a factor in this game is which team shows up and which team doesn't show up. And it's going to be a good game, but I don't know. I gotta give Aaron Rodgers and the Packers the nod at home. And Vikings and Packers will meet in the NFC Championship game next week. And the Chiefs and the Ravens will meet in the AFC Championship next week. So there's your divisional round picks. And I'll be back next week with my conference championship picks. Good luck to everybody's teams this week.